I walked in on my girlfriend in bed with another guy, but she was clothed and denies doing anything. What should I do? So the night before, a few friends and I DJ'd a house party in a college town, and it was a guy's night out. My girlfriend and I had recently moved out of that area of the city, but we don't live together, although we live near each other. Her and I texted a little that night, but didn't say much. She and I both knew I would be crashing on a couch or open bed. I end up sleeping in an open bed by myself. However, it wasn't the most comfortable, so I woke up early. At around 8 a.m., I decide to head home. On my way home, I decide to stop by my girlfriend's house and surprise her. She sleeps in till 10 a.m. every morning. Surprises in relationships is the key to discovering cheaters. So I walk into her house, and on the way to her room, I stopped by her roommate's room because the door was open and I heard voices. I walk in and I find my GF's roommate with one of their co-workers. The GF and her two roommates work at a restaurant bar together, just getting up and ready for the day. The second I walk in, I get the deer in the headlights, oh fuck look. This gave me a bad vibe, so I headed straight upstairs to my girlfriend's room. The deer in the headlights, oh fuck look is such a giveaway that something isn't right. I walk in and find her in bed with another guy. She was wearing pants and a sweater, but he wasn't wearing a shirt and had covers over his torso, so I couldn't tell if he was wearing clothes. They were both laying down with their legs sort of on top of each other's legs. I start screaming at her, asking, who the FVK is he? And what the FVK is he doing in bed with you? She says he is a family friend from out of town. I have never seen this guy before, nor heard her talk about him, which leads me to believe he's one of her exes. However, she denies that. She tells me that the night before, her roommate, her coworker who's banging her roommate, and this mystery guy were drinking at the restaurant bar where they work at, and that they all went back to her place after. She says she went to bed, and a little bit later, he comes into her room wanting to smoke some herbs. She has the herbs to do so thanks to me, so they proceeded to smoke in her bed. And then she supposedly passed out, and so did he. A few hours later, I walk in. I was so close to completely losing it and smashing everything, including his face. But I didn't due to the fact that I didn't want to deal with the police and possibly go to jail. I have a close friend who walked in on his fiancée doggy style, and after beating the guy to a pulp, he spent the night in jail. After I hear her explanation, I say, fuck you, we're done, I'm out, and I storm out. She runs after me, holds my car door open, and as I'm getting to keep me from driving away, I drive away regardless and head home. I get home, try to collect myself, and I call a good friend who lives in the nearby mountains and is a cannabis-growing wizard. He tells me to drive on up to his place to chill out. As I'm pulling out of my driveway, the now ex-GF is pulling up. I maneuver around her and speed away. She turns around and starts following me. She also is blowing my phone up with phone calls. I pull some fast and furious shit and eventually lose her. I make it up the mountain to my friend's place. We kill a handle of Fireball, dab countless globs, smoke about half a zip, and successfully forget about the situation. Another friend picks me up later and drives me home. Everyone has their own way of dealing with issues. That's mine. I wake up the next day to knocking on my door. I open the door and look who it is. She's been sitting outside my front door all morning waiting for me to wake up. I let her explain herself, and she still denies doing anything with this family friend. I then ask her, even if you didn't fuck, why did you think it was okay for him to sleep in your bed with you, especially with his shirt off? And why didn't he, or you, sleep on the perfectly fine couch in the living room, which countless people have slept on before? She tells me he has a bad back and wanted to sleep in a bed, and that she passed out before she could do anything. The whole situation is pretty unbelievable, but now I'm just calling bullshit. She asks me what she can do to get me to believe her, and I tell her to just give me space. It's been a week now, and she hasn't contacted me. I love her, but I don't believe her. What should I do? Should I believe her, or should I tell her to FCK off? Or maybe even FCK with her? Part of me wants to take her back. Another part wants me to completely forget about her, and another part wants to get revenge. What can I do to find the truth? Has anyone else had a similar situation? Any and all input is appreciated. Thanks, Edit. I owe her about $600. Should my debt be cleared? Thoughts?